So there's a reason why a lot of them have fixed mindsets versus growth mindsets. They don't realize the cost of having a fixed mindset because the environment that they were raised in pretty much only rewards the type of behavior that is common to fixed mindsets. But when you're trying to transition from being surrounded by people with fixed mindsets to making growth mindset decisions, they're going to shame you many steps of the way. And one of the reasons why success can seem so elusive to so many people is the habits that have been instilled in you, since you were a small child, almost guarantee that you won't be successful. And you need to rid yourself of those habits in order to view the world in a way that, my body is my most valuable asset. It's also my fastest depreciating asset. So questioning whether I'm going to spend money on the nice avocados is not a question that I'm going to ask myself, because I need to make sure that this asset that I own does not depreciate at a fast rate. No questions asked. I
really like how you framed that with fixed and growth. I definitely noticed that in my own family.
Yeah.
The one thing that I've noticed is that I've gotten a lot of DM when I started to write about how I eat beef, and I'm Indian.
Yeah.
I started to get DMs from Indian people who are like, I want to eat beef, but I don't know how to let my family know that I want to do that.
You should start a business for it. You could totally, and you get so much negative publicity where it's like,
yeah. And because it's eating beef in India is basically it's a sin, right?
Is it illegal?
It's illegal actually in some states. You can't buy cows. The cows are sacred.
Yeah.
In our religion. My family is not like that. They don't care if I eat beef. I eat beef in front of them all the time. I started to notice that even though sometimes there's pushback amongst family when you make different choices than them, for example, I don't eat the same dinners as them.
Yeah.
But then when they see that affect you positively, I think they back off. At least that's what happened to me.
Let me share my experience, staying with my mom. So, folks who are following me on Twitter, you're probably following me for a reason, and you also haven't known me for 34 years. My mom has known me for 34 years. And so her view of my, expertise in any subject is not the same as your view of my expertise in any subject. And, she doesn't lift weights. And so, her view of my approach to fitness is, why do you need to do all of this? Can't you just train less? Why are you doing all of this? And so it does help that I'm very resistant to criticism, where, if I decide that I want to do something, I'm going to do it. I don't actually have a good solution for that type of problem for people who are not disagreeable, right? So for people who have trouble saying no and pushing back, you're probably going to end up as the average of the people that you're surrounded by if you have a problem pushing back and saying no. And so I think, that ultimately should be the decision tree. If you're looking for how to make it simple, is are you comfortable pushing back or saying no, yes or no? If yes, you can hang out with people who aren't necessarily the best influences on you, as long as you're firm about what your expectations are.